Welcome back, fellow reefers. This week we are talking about my favorite kitchen gadgets that we use pretty much daily on our reef tank. Now, when I talk about these kitchen gadgets, I'm talking about things upstairs in your kitchen that could potentially get you in a lot of trouble or potentially killed by your wife or significant other if they find out that you are using them. So let's take a look real quick at what we got here. We'll pan over just to take a quick look of some of the items that are my favorite. We got cutting boards, we got bowls, we have assorted sizes of mixing cups, strainers, ice cube trays. First off, let's take a look at this. This is a turkey baster. Very good for multiple things. You know, if you need to, essentially in the sump, you got to get down in there, get some just to try this out. You can easily just squeeze it, suck up what you can. You know, whether you use a coffee filter and a strainer, you can squeeze it in there over top of the water. You know, suck more out, do that. That's the long way to do it. I would essentially say, you know, get a siphon hose and do that. But it's good for that. It's good for your reef tank. You know, if you gotta blow off the rocks, you know what I mean? Every once in a while you want to, you know, blow off any of that rock. Not so much your sand, but the rock itself. You know, get that, all the porous spots, the holes in it, you know, they collect detritus. So with this, you can really blow that out, get that in the water column, and get that into the filter. Next up are measuring cups. Now I got two different sizes here. I have three sizes. This here will hold up to 2 cups. This one here will hold up to 4 cups. We use this for pretty much everything. If you have 2-part, you know, you gotta mix your calcium, your soda ash. You know, you can measure it out in these. As you can see over time, you know, they kind of get beat up and everything. So if you could, I would say get glass over plastic, you know. But just recently, I came across this one, which, being that I went to culinary school, I did not actually know that this existed. But if you take a look at this measuring cup, this is a 4-cup measuring cup. Well, inside, right here, you can see it's slanted and it's marked. So instead of essentially, you know, when you fill this thing up, you know, you're putting, say, your carbon, you know, you're dumping your carbon in here, and you're doing this, man. You're sitting here and you're twisting your back, twisting your neck, trying to get it up to where it needs to be. You know, now all you gotta do is you can stand up here, turn it front ways. You can see right there, well, I need 2.5 cups. Pour it in, you can see it coming straight up to the line. I really like this one. Now, I would suggest getting this. Just a single 4-cup. You know, you can get rid of these. But like I said, I've had these for years. But you can toss these ones out. You only need this one. So, moving along. A cutting board. I use this every day. What do I use it for? Everything. It keeps my top clean. You know, when I have food that I make myself, or I'm getting prepackaged and I want to make the cubes, I can do it on there. It keeps the worktop clean. All my testing I do on there. If I have spills, you know, if I'm clumsy and I tip over, you know, a jar that has reagent in it or what have you, I can very easily just, you know, take that, wash it, clean it up, and be good to go, instead of having it all over the workbench. That's really good. Plus, if you got to cut anything, you know what I mean, you got a cutting board, a nice good surface to do that. Bowls, I mean, crap, you can get bowls anywhere, you know, cheap. This here is a Betty Crocker one. You can get these at Walmart. You know, that's self-explanatory. A lot of these stuff, you can get all this at Walmart. But measuring cups, different sizes. You got a 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 1 cup. Now I used to use these a lot. What I use these mostly for now is the 1 cup or the 2 cup. If I got to get into my salt mix, you know, it's easier for me just to scoop my salt in. And generally for the salt that I use, it's a 1/2 cup per gallon to bring me up to 1.025, 1.026. So it's just easier for me to get, you know, the 1/2 cup or the 1 cup and just do the amounts that I need straight into the aquarium. So, but that's pretty much all I use that for. These are great. These teaspoon, tablespoon, or if you go by milliliters, you know, all your different size milliliters of sizes. Now, this here is great for your reef roids, reef chili, stuff like that. So if you need, you know, say a 1/2 teaspoon of reef roids, get your 1/2 teaspoon. I stick it in a urine cup like this with my water, shake it up, mix it, in the tank it goes. But I mean, if your wife catches you using these out of her kitchen, you're in big trouble. Strainer. Now, strainers are nice, especially when you're cutting frags. Now our sink, we have a built-in strainer over top of, you know, the drain, so there's really no worry about losing a frag down in there. But if you don't have that option, what's nice is you know, you have your bowl, you know, say you're going to frag, you can cut your frag, it drops into the strainer, you don't have to worry about it losing it. Like I said, if you need to do anything over here in your sump, whether it be with the turkey baster, you can go right over here with a coffee strainer. There's so many things you can do with this that we can go on for days just talking about it. Next up, we have these milliliter measuring cups. Now they come from the sizes of 5 milliliter all the way up to 60 milliliter. Now these are wonderful. We use these probably, I would say, most of the time. That we use these more than any of this that you see here, because there's so many multiple uses for these. This here is, you know, all of these up here, if you look up here, all of these different, you know, liquids, whether it's, you know, copper for quarantine, Farion to raise my iron, if I got dose nitrates or microbacter, all those liquids, you know, go into here, you know. And whether you need, you know, 2-3 milliliter, it's got you covered. If you need, you know, 30 milliliter, this one's got you covered. You know, if you need 40 milliliter or 60 milliliter, this one's got you covered. So these are the ones that we use the most of out of any of all of this. So last but not least, the ice cube trays, which a few weeks ago we did a video on how to potentially save money on fish food, which I'll put a link down below in the description so you can check that video out if you have not seen that yet. So right there, that is my favorite kitchen gadgets that we use on our reef tank, and I suggest that you go get your own and do not use the ones that are upstairs in the kitchen. I'm also going to put a link down below for all of these items on Amazon. I'm going to personally look for the cheapest, the best value that we can get. This way, you know, you can get everything you need at such a lower price. So until then, we'll see you on the next one.